Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin Cash. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Taking a look at the daily chart, you can see that Bitcoin Cash has retraced down from this move in April 2024, approximately 61.5%. And this is really good in comparison to some other altcoins that have dropped down 75 to 90%. And Bitcoin Cash is in a constant uptrend, which is really, really good. And we're having these breakouts all the time. So the initial one was back in 2023 in June. We had that massive move to the upside, and we were targeting all of this down here, this bear market, approximately 500 days of this bear market, lots of sideways, and then a breakout, correction, higher low, consolidation, another breakout. And we got to $770 with the April pump. And from there, once again, we had a correction. Now we're potentially going to be looking at a consolidation phase with a subsequent breakout, which would probably be the last one for this cycle. Now, what I spotted on the chart here is this falling wedge, which is a continuation pattern, a bullish continuation pattern. Why? Because we are in an uptrend here, and we're just going through a retracement, and we find ourselves in a falling wedge, which is very likely to lead into the continuation of the trend, hence the name of the pattern, a bullish continuation pattern. So we did break out of this falling wedge finally, and it's not as impulsive as some other charts. For example, Near Protocol is breaking out of a similar pattern. I think it's a channel down pattern over on Near's chart, but nonetheless, the breakout is slightly stronger. It's not as strong over here. We are trying to hold the 20 MA on the daily as support. So if by any chance we do have a correction or a retracement, I would target approximately $306. You can take a look at all of these previous lows here. As you can see, all of them here are going to be very valid. You can target all of these previous lows as support, and you can also zoom out and take a look at some of the previous tops if you're looking for some entries. But for the most part, I would say us retesting this top from July 2023 is very, very bullish, because this was our resistance. We came back down, consolidation, breakout, retracement, back test of that exact same level as support. So very bullish chart for Bitcoin Cash. I'm actually impressed. Now, what we want to do over here is we want to start breaking above this local top from July 2024. Then we can potentially start discussing the possibility of a reversal in this downtrend that we're in. And that would also be the top of this pattern, or rather the technical target for this pattern. That's roughly $442, and that is a 28.7% to the upside. We can add a block of resistance over here in this area. So this is based on this touch from April 2024, and you also count in all of these touches in May 2024. Let's just drag it down by a little bit. We ran into that resistance level there in July, and we had a retracement. So now with this next move to the upside, we do want to break above that block and then back test it as support, because a back test always confirms the fact that you're bullish, and this level is a resistance moving forward. So that would be a very important thing for us to do moving forward. And if you still haven't bought into Bitcoin Cash, consider the moves we've already had. Consider the fact that we're up from the bottom approximately 284%. If this is something that you want to get in at the current level, feel free to do so. Now, I do want to switch over to the weekly. And before we continue with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon. If you're interested in getting more exclusive content, you want to support me as a creator, and you like what you're seeing here on YouTube and you want more, feel free to check out the Patreon. That's definitely a place for you. There's a 7-day free trial, which means you can get access to all of my content since the inception of the page. So that means you get podcasts, low cap gems, technical analysis, project reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We try to do posts there on a daily basis. We cover airdrops and a lot of stuff that we don't really cover on YouTube because we don't have as much time. And of course, because patrons get more stuff and more content. And if you're interested in that, the link is down below in the description. Thank you all. Let's continue on with the video. Switching over, I quickly want to point out that we were targeting this 1.272 at around $100 during the bear market. What we did is we took the top from the bull market top here in 2021, and we took the bottom in April 2020, and we got our 1.272 at $100. If you were keeping up with my Bitcoin Cash videos throughout the bear market, then you'd know that we were accumulating over here. Not me particularly, but us here on the channel, anyone who follows Bitcoin Cash, anyone who wanted to buy into Bitcoin Cash, that was a really good buying opportunity. And let's remove this fib real quick so we can focus on the bigger fib or the more important fib, so to speak. So this fib is set up from the bottom in December 2022 to the top in May 2021. And you can see that we almost got all the way up here to the $783 level. And we retraced from there below the 0.5, but not below the 0.382. So we're still in this blue support block, which we did give you beforehand as well. I don't mean to praise myself too much, but we did have this set up beforehand. And what we did essentially is we took this top from March 2020 and this bottom from March 2020, or rather 2022, and this March bottom in 2022. Then we broke down below, back test as resistance, consolidation in a symmetrical triangle, a breakout. So this range here provided us a support level, and knowing that, you could now potentially start buying in this area, hoping for another breakout. If we're hoping for a retest of the previous all-time high at the very least, that would be a 4x from the current prices. If a 4x is something that you can work with and that is enough for you, by all means, 4x is still a lot of money. Make sure you buy in, not financial advice, but make sure you buy in before these pumps occur, before these major pumps here. You don't want to be buying during these pumps. You want to be selling during these pumps. And if we're talking about a potential new top for Bitcoin Cash in this cycle, we would be discussing $2,877, which lines up quite nicely with the all-time high from December 2017. Can we actually do that? That is the big question here. We have this massive resistance trend line, this white trend line that we've been retesting now for 3 times, and we've been retesting it since November 2017. And the most recent touch was in April 2024. So is it going to be the case of a massive breakout here after we finally manage to, destroy this resistance trend line? Because once these crucial resistance trend lines are broken, typically what you see is a massive breakout, and you see some volume. You see lots of volume coming in, so very similar to the volume that we were getting here in 2021. For now, we don't have that kind of volume, but keep in mind, things can change in a split second here in the crypto markets. For example, look at this bottom in June 2023. We suddenly started pumping. I believe this was a listing on a Korean exchange, and I don't honestly know what was the pump here in 2024. I believe it was just because the markets were bullish. So that's my thesis for Bitcoin Cash. It's, still down low over here. You can buy in at $340 all the way down to $270. Great dollar cost averaging prices. The RSI is still low. The stochastic is quite low, but it's starting to recover, which is not very significant. But pay attention to the stochastic as well if you're trying to go for some mid to short term swing trades. That's pretty much it. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Let me know what are your thoughts on Bitcoin Cash. Stay safe and take care.